Most people spend their entire lives feeling like they're just one bad month away from a total disaster. You check your bank account, you see a number you don't like, and you tell yourself, I'll fix it next month. But we all know how that story ends. Next month becomes next year, and suddenly you're 5 years down the road with the same debt, the same stress, and the same empty savings account. Well, next month is here. Today, I'm giving you a complete 30-day blueprint to reset your financial life from the ground up. This isn't about skipping a $5 latte. This is about changing the actual math of your life. I'm going to show you exactly how to audit your mess, automate your growth, and finally start building a portfolio that actually compounds. If you're ready to stop guessing and start winning in 2026, let's dive in. The first week of this reset isn't about saving a single penny. It's about truth. Most people fail financially because they live in a state of intentional ignorance. They don't want to look at the numbers because the numbers are scary. But you cannot fix what you refuse to measure. On day one, I want you to sit down with a physical piece of paper, not a spreadsheet, a piece of paper. Log into every single account you own, your checking, your various savings accounts, your 401k, and every single credit card. Write down the balance and the interest rate next to it. When you see it all in one place, the ghost of your debt becomes a tangible problem you can actually solve. By day 3, we're doing the subscription purge. We all have them. That $15 streaming service you haven't watched in months, the gym membership you stopped using in February, or that free trial that's been billing you for a year. Scrutinize your last 30 days of transactions. If it didn't bring you joy or utility this week, kill it. These small leaks are what sink big ships. By the end of this first week, you need to calculate your burn rate. This is the most important number in your life. It's the total amount of money it costs for you to exist for exactly 30 days. Rent, utilities, groceries, and minimum debt payments. If this number is higher than 70% of your take-home pay, you don't have a savings problem. You have a lifestyle problem. Now that the audit is done, we move into week 2, building the machine. We want to move away from using willpower to save money. Willpower is a finite resource. It fails when you're tired or stressed. Automation, on the other hand, never sleeps. First, look at your emergency fund. If your savings are sitting in a traditional big box bank, they're probably earning something pathetic like 0.01% interest. That is effectively a 0% return. In 2026, there is no excuse for this. Move that money to a high-yield savings account. Even at 4.5 or 5%, $10,000 earns you about $40 a month for doing absolutely nothing. That's a free utility bill every month just for moving your money to a better bucket. Next, we tackle the debt snowball. I know people argue about interest rates, but finance is 20% math and 80% behavior. List your debts from smallest balance to largest. I want you to take any extra cash you found during the subscription purge and throw it at the smallest debt. When that $300 balance hits zero, you get a dopamine hit. You feel like a winner. That psychological momentum is what will carry you through the next 12 months. This brings us to the investment engine. This is where we transition from staying alive to getting rich. The goal is to reach a point where your money makes more money than your job does. We're going to set up what I call the invisible transfer. Most people try to save what's left at the end of the month. The problem is there's never anything left. Instead, you need to pay yourself first. Set up an automatic transfer that happens the same day your paycheck hits. Even if it's only $50 or $100, direct that money into a brokerage account. What do you buy? Don't make the mistake of trying to find the next big thing or a moonshot crypto coin. Look at my portfolio. It's boring. I buy broad market index funds like VOO or VTI. These funds allow you to own a piece of the 500 largest companies in the U.S. When Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft win, you win. Over the long term, the S&P 500 has returned an average of about 10% annually. If you just do that consistently, you will beat 90% of the people trying to be smart stock pickers. As we close out the month, we have to talk about the income ceiling. You can only cut your expenses so far. You can't live on $0, but there is no limit to how much you can earn. Use these last few days of the reset to look at your primary income. Are you being paid what you're worth? If not, what is one specific skill you can acquire in the next 90 days to change that? Maybe it's a certification, maybe it's learning a new software, or maybe it's finally starting that side business you've been talking about for 3 years. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is your wealth gap. The wider that gap, the faster you reach freedom. In this final week, I want you to commit to one income lever. Whether it's asking for a raise or picking up a side hustle, your goal is to increase your monthly income by at least 10% over the next 6 months. A financial reset isn't a one-time event. It's a shift in identity. In 30 days, you've gone from someone who is bad with money to someone who has a system. You've audited your life, you've automated your savings, and you've started your journey into the markets. The math of wealth is actually very simple. It's consistency multiplied by time. Most people quit in the first year because they don't see the snowball yet. They think it's not working. But look at the numbers. If you stay the course, by year 5 or 10, the compound interest starts to do the heavy lifting for you.